Good morning, Maureen. And good morning, everybody else. I hope the day's going well. I've been taking the opportunity, of course, to sit here, breathing, listening to the cards like they're the sound of the ocean. You know, if you say something enough times, it starts to it starts to think in. Actually, that's a sentence there. If you say it enough time, it starts to think in. It should go onto a motivational poster for tarot. Whatever. So today is Friday. We made it through another week. Good morning, Carla. So, listening to the cards, taking that breath, wondering why we're choking, letting our shoulders relax, our necks get unstiffened from sleeping, or it's the middle of the day, maybe there's some stress, but we can let it all kind of go right now. Taking that moment to just connect with the universe for 5 minutes. Part of a healthy breakfast. Starts to think in. Yeah. I'm a poet and didn't know it. So, what has the universe got for us today? What are we going to do with our daily inventory here? Take a look at our possible angers and resentments and see if we can head them off at the pass. See if we can come up with something to help make the universe a little bit of a better place. One card at a time. Yay, Friday. Okay, so where are we today? Let's see. So here is our stack. We're going to make 3 different threads going out to the universe, and we're going to pull one of these threads because each of these stacks is a different conversation. And so today, let's see what's right on the surface, what's obvious, what we might not notice. Think or swim. Okay, see, now that sounds political, which is not a bad thing. Think or swim. It's like, geez, what's going on with this world? Well, you know, my goal is just to make this one little corner of the world a little more saner. Okay. So we've been starting out with aces and pages and reversals today. We are looking at, and as a matter of fact, I went through, this is the same one I used yesterday, and I did my little twisty thing, made sure they were 50-50 again. You know, they were 50-50 anyway, but let's see. So, the Two of Wands. It's beginnings, it's having choices. So, we start on a path, but it's before we get to the point of no return. It's one of those things where you've made your decision, or you made your direction. You pointed yourself, and now you have to make decisions about what you're going to do next. So, what are we going to do next? Temperance. He's got 2 wands, she's got 2 cups, and she's blending them together. So, it's almost like a blending of decisions. Compromising. Compromising because temperance is about balance. Temperance is about not doing too much or too little. Ah. Then we have the Ten of Wands. So, and the Ten of Wands. Tens are completion. So here we started 2, we ended 10. But with the Ten of Wands, we have our soft suits. The soft suits are the cups and the coins. The hard suits are the swords and the wands. They can be used as weapons, things like that. So, when we take up 10 of these sticks, they get heavy. It's towards the end, and we end up doing all the heavy lifting. So as I was saying before, here we have 2 wands, and here we have the 2 cups and finding a balance. And here we have the end result when we don't really find a balance. But also, again, since that's the major and it's in the middle, I really do like seeing this as scales. We are looking at the weekend upright, Eleanor. Yeah. And thank you for reminding me of your name, Eleanor. Oh my gosh. So, what is the advice card going to say? Because right now, it's showing, like, was this Monday and this is Friday? Oh, the 4 of... And they're all upright. So, again, I mean, I even flipped them around just to... Because yesterday they were all reversed. So I made sure, and it's like, well, that's a coinkydink. But here we have... So the 4 of Cups. So 4s, you know about stability. You know about balance. You know about stability. You know, 4 walls, 4 legs on a table. So you're thinking 4 is just that good solid thing. But the thing about 4s is that they are solid. But the thing is what happens after a while? With 4s, things are, you had 3 and you were building and creating. 4, you've done it, and now you're sitting there, and it's almost like, are we completed? But 4s, sometimes we sit there and stagnate. 4s are a very conservative number because they're so stable. And so that's why Pamela Coleman Smith has the 3 cups here. And this person is sitting here just taking stuff for granted because stuff stagnates after a while. So with Temperance, it's about finding a balance of, here we start out and we get to the 4s. And then it's like, are we throwing ourselves out of balance when we just kind of halt? Where it's like, we're going to take the time to stop. And so what do? We have something that needs to get done. We make our decisions. Then with the 4s, are we halting in the middle there to where we end up doing 80% of the project in the last 90, the 80% in the last 20%. So are we balancing out our day so that we are doing, instead of waiting for the last minute to do everything? So this is the end result of what happens when Temperance is saying that we need to find this temperance. And I still see this kind of like a scale, and it's like a choice. But are we following the advice of the Temperance? Tempering wine perfects its flavor. If only you could try it. Tempering, yeah, because you had your water and your wine, and they would temper and they would mix it. There's actually statues in Italy that shows this. But essentially what this is saying is how we sit there and we take things for granted. Instead of finding a balance and a flow that says, let's do, 10% here, 10%, 10%, 10%. We start something out and we get it to the point where, we start coasting. And then we start going out of balance. So we find it, We start coasting and we start going out of balance. And then we start doing the last 80% in the last 20% of the time. So it's kind of taking things for granted, kind of putting things off. And this is, the temperance is right in the middle saying, don't do that. It's find out what it is that we're delaying, that we're putting off. What is it that we're saving that we're going to end up doing the last 80% in the last 20% of the time? Because I know that with my business and job, that's one of the things that's, I have a project that I'm working on right now, and I'm still ahead of it, but I didn't work on it yesterday, and it's a big project. And I'm sitting there thinking yesterday, if I don't at least start doing the rest of the tasks on it, I'm going to end up doing the last 80% in the last 20% of the time. I'm going to have to slingshot it. And right now I can just coast it and do a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And temperance in the middle is just telling us to find that balance. So it's just a simple little message. What are we taking for granted? What are we delaying? Because we think we've got it all, and then all of a sudden we realize. What are we putting off? That's the basic thing. So, again, today is Friday. And again, I hope everybody has that amazing weekend. Amazing evening. If it's morning, an amazing morning. But again, thank you all for helping me have a really good week. And this is a reminder that I really, like I say, it is a big project I have coming up. And everything's been going really well with it, and it just reminds me I'm taking it for granted. So, thank you. Yep. Well, I tell you what, it's a 6-month long project, and I really have been just staying on top of it. But I really, yesterday was kicking myself in the butt. So, thank you all again for everything, and I will see you on Monday, a glorious, glorious Monday. I hope you have lots of plans set up for the weekend. My weekend's going to be really busy, but I hope you have a really good weekend, and take care.